Listen, D Lyman crew, dive into the world of cheating, exploring red flags, personalities, and the funny side of love limbo across cultures.
So grab your popcorn and get ready for some laughs.
Zach Basse. Welcome to the Unfiltered Liming Podcast. Join us as we reflect on our personal journeys and share our insights, experiences, and stories. From food to music, language to custom, we explore what it means to straddle two cultures and find a sense of belonging in both. Whether you're a first-generation Caribbean American, a seasoned veteran, or simply curious about the rich tapestry of cultures that make up the Caribbean diaspora, this podcast is for you. We are your hosts, Bertide, the Haitian sensation.
Lisa, the Dominica diva.
No one's talking, so let's get unfiltered.
All right. Let's kick it off. What do you think is the ultimate red flag of a cheater? We're diving right into it.
Just jump right in. Both
Red
feet.
flags. Both
There's
feet.
so many. I mean, we could be here all day and we didn't even get started yet. All right. Well, in the Caribbean, if you see someone hiding their phone like it's a treasure chest, that's a red flag right there. We'll call it phone fornication maneuver.
That's a good one.
All right. That's what we're going to call it this week.
That is too funny. The phone fornication maneuver. I guess they're having a fornication with the phone. Okay, well, that's a good one. In the US, I think it's all about suspicious password, late night texting. Well, we got the midnight message mystery. Those are
Woo!
red flag people. Red
The
flag.
phone always on silent. Don't forget about that.
Oh my God. They all of a sudden, and we've all been there. At the beginning, when ain't nothing going on, when it's just you, y'all cool. You know, you're able to look through the phone. You're able to have the password. You're able to, maneuver how you want to, sharing everything.
Sometimes.
And then all of a sudden, they all of a sudden change the password on you. And you can't have it no more. You can't look through the phone how you want to. They always like, you look at, oh, what are you looking for? Because before they weren't over your shoulder. Now all of a sudden it's like, what? I'm just saying.
Yep. Just saying.
Just saying.
Oh, gosh.
We all know what the red flags are. If you are young, people that are listening to us could be in different age, right? So let's say you have an experience and you're just starting a little bit and you're starting to get your feet wet in the dating world, dating scene and all this other stuff, and you're trying to figure it out. Thing is, your gut is going to show you what the red flags are. Right, Lisa?
Yeah. Yo, your
Life
gut's going to
lessons.
tell you.
Life lessons.
Listen. You know how many times people don't listen to their gut? I actually wonder sometimes if that's a learned behavior. A learned behavior to listen to your gut and a learned behavior not to listen to your gut.
That's a great question. I think, so this is my perspective. Like
Okay.
Lisa always says, all things Bertini, my perspective, disclaimer. I believe religion has part to do with that.
Okay.
Right?
I'm listening. How so?
About not listening to our gut, right? Because it teaches us that we have to submit to, they teach you about God, but then it's at the same time your pastor, right? Or you need this and this. So I think in a lot of times we're not teaching children from a young age that they are born with this gift inside of them and how to put in the work, right? Because we also don't, because we fall into the religious aspect of that. And society, culture, whatever it is, there's just a thing about not training us to have that inclination to trust ourselves, to believe in ourselves. Yeah, to believe in ourselves. And then when we are, it's kind of like, I feel like they teach you also, you need somebody to tag team it. Because if the pastor is not in a line with you, then there's something wrong. There's always somebody that you
Mm-hmm.
need to give you, like, to co-sign, even though
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, if you're a spiritual person, I'm not saying that, but if you're not, sometimes there are things inside of you that scream, this is the right way, this is the wrong way, no, go this
Mm-hmm.
way, go that way, no, stay away from that. And we've all been there in situation where when you listen, you're like, oh shoot, maybe you got prevented an accident, right? Maybe, sparing you in the world of cheating. God spare you from getting a disease or being with some messed up person that didn't have the right intention, or it wasn't going to turn out right. Your life was, I mean, there's those kind of things I think line up with
Mm-hmm.
red flags. If we really
Mm-hmm.
go back and like say, oh, okay, I had this little thing that told me, yeah,
Little
there's
birdie.
something. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. That little
But
birdie.
sometimes,
So
with, it's hard. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes with the red flag, if the brother is fine or if the sister is good looking, look at here now. We may be like, look at here, God, don't tempt me.
listen, he doesn't
Don't
answer his
tempt
phone
me.
at night. He doesn't answer his phone at night because he has to get the proper sleep so that he can be ready for work tomorrow. So he turns his phone off at night,
I'm,
starting at 7 o'clock.
I'm just saying, if the brother is fine, sometimes we find ourselves just, if that person is just like, because there's people you are
Mm-hmm.
attracted to. All the bells are ringing. The fire truck is siren. Everything is telling But that person, there's like a magnetic. We've all been there. All the flags, we know what the flags are. It's there in our face. But we like, yo, this one, Lord, I'm gonna have to take a, what is it, a L?
An L. An
I'm gonna
L.
have to take an L.
Get you hemmed up. You know what I'm saying?
If we're being honest, the Liming Crew, let's be honest here. We've all been
Mm-hmm.
there, and I'm not gonna be
Yep.
like want to sugarcoat it to tell y'all like, oh, it's easy to ignore the rep. We've all been there. As you go through this, you
Mm-hmm.
gonna learn like, yo, the ones that are that you like, I'm gonna take a L. It always comes back because then you're gonna be broken, you're gonna be hurt. You just gotta learn to accept. If you choose to ignore the red flag, be also accountable to accept the repercussion that comes with it. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
That's all I'm
You
saying.
got to pay to play. Pay to play. That's what we're going to do. So let me ask you a question. What are the 5 big personalities of cheaters?
Ooh, in the Caribbean, I can tell you, okay, in the Caribbean,
Yeah.
my Caribbean folks, I love y'all. I'm gonna start with that because I don't want nobody to come at me. I love y'all, but we know what it is, right? You got the smooth operator. In the Caribbean, I think we do that very well. Like the smooth operator, the island Casanova, right? The deceptive dancer, the sly surfer. I'm just saying, we all know
Sly surfer.
in the
Get it?
covert calypsonian. I'm just like,
Oh,
cause with Caribbean, they got the little vibe going. They're smooth with it. They really smooth with it. And like their smile, their personality, their charisma, that island vibe. You just be like, yo, I know you messing around, but that vibe, they got you swaying with them. They got you
and don't
mesmerized with
forget
all that.
how
I'm,
they
tell-
wind their waist. Is how they wind their waist.
I'm telling you.
Darling, how
So,
you wind your waist.
look at here. I'm telling you, this Caribbean, we're dangerous. We gotta take ownership to that. Like we are
And
seriously,
that's
because
men and women. That's
yes,
men and women.
both. Because in life lesson, we've
Mm-hmm.
all been there with Caribbean, where they got a whole nother family, and the thing about it is, you will not know. That's how sly they are. Like that's the thing with that's scary is that they got a whole bunch of, and you will not know
Nope.
until
Nope.
like that right there. Look at here, Mr. Sly Operator. Mm-mm. We are
Mm-hmm.
we are learning, and like the sign will be there. But
and
sometimes, yeah.
and the
Not.
populating the island too. Let's not forget that populating the island. So that's why they
Oh
got
my
that
god.
song. That song.
So what
Who
about
your
in
mother?
the
Who your
US?
father?
Oh yeah. What about in the US? L, who would you say? What would be
Well, first of
their
all, huh?
what are the five US characteristics of cheaters, personality of cheaters in the US?
Oh my God, they either got mommy or daddy issues.
Oh.
Just saying. Okay. 9 times out of 10, you really don't probably feel good about yourself. Of self respect, how many am I up to? I lost count. They looking for something or they're running from something.
Mm-hmm.
Looking or running.
Okay.
Commitment phobia.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, commitment phobia. Yeah. Missing out. FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
FOMO syndrome. Fear of missing out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, trying to relive their childhood that they think they missed out on. Okay, they might have been the kid that all their boys got all the girls and they didn't. So then as an adult, they think it's cool to still be chasing all these women and seeing how many I could smash. Just
Mm-mm.
saying.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Just
Mm.
seeing how many I said, seeing if I still got it.
Oh yeah.
But you out here 40 and 50 years old, still making babies. I'm just saying. Mm.
Okay.
We just out here having one night stands and shit. It's like we stop.
Oh my
Just I'm just saying.
god.
Making a
Hey.
hot mess. Hot mess, yo. You not feeling good about yourself. Maybe one more stroke. This stroke will make me feel better than the last stroke. I'm just saying.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I think I hit the
You ate
D Lyman
the
crew.
fun.
Drop some in the comments if I missed any. I'm just saying.
Yeah. That's true though. But
And then
what are
also too, sorry, I gotta add this also too.
yeah.
Hurt people.
Yeah.
Somebody hurt them, so they
Mm-hmm.
feel they need to hurt someone else. And they think
Mm-hmm.
potentially fucking their pain away is going to help
Yeah.
the problem. It
Yeah.
never does, sir.
Yeah.
And ma'am, it
Oh
works for the
man.
ladies too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause you
fuck your
do
pain
have
away.
yeah, because you do have the devious diva, right? The math manipulator, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
Yeah. The
They
charming
think someone else,
charlatan.
yeah. Yeah, they think
Mm-hmm.
someone else is going to fix their problems too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The secretive sweetheart, the cunning cowboy. I'm just giving them a few names.
Woo!
You know, so at the end of the day,
Giddy
yeah,
up.
Caribbean, I mean, we've all got them. You know, they're there. It's just depending on, again, just recognizing them in life
Mhm.
and deciding. If you do decide to keep moving forward, then you know you have to know what you deal with. Because some people, again, because hurt people, and because people like to be in toxic relationship, these things may work for
Mhm.
them. But if you're selecting that, then there are things that come with that. And you just got to be ready for what it is. We're not going to tell anybody not to be in whatever relationship you want to be in. Be in that. That just doesn't work for me, and I'm sure it doesn't work for Lisa. So that's what we're talking about. It. We just want people to be
Absolutely not.
fully aware what's out there and what it is and what it's not. So we got the red flag and we have the personality.
Yeah.
That brings us to the divorce shame or divorce in period. And
All right, Marcus.
uh,
I said, all right, Marcus.
the divorce shame in the Caribbean, I
What's that?
don't know. See, I think it's changed a little bit, but I do know there's a big stigma on divorce period in the Caribbean.
Mhm.
They're really about family. They're really about, I feel like when it comes to divorce in the American culture, not that it's not frowned upon, but I think it's easier to swallow that pill than when it is in the Caribbean. I mean, if I'm
Mhm.
wrong, let me know, but
Mhm.
I just know it's a very big stigma, especially I know, like, if your family's religious, then it's like, oh my gosh. And I think everywhere that's possible. But I just think in the Caribbean, the person that you bring home, you got to make it work, whatever they're doing and things like that. You got to make it work. You got to save face, all these things. I think in the American culture, that has taught us that if you're not happy, if it's not what it is, it's easier.
It's
You know what I
okay to
mean?
leave. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It gives you permission to be okay to find a different route to make yourself happy. So I feel like if you are in the process or you're thinking about it, I don't think there's shame in it. I just think at the end of the day, with every lesson in life, you got to learn the lesson. Don't keep doing the same thing, ignoring the flag, ignoring the characteristic, and then you're going through the same cycle because you're going to repeat it until you learn it. Take your
Hmm.
time. If you've been there, again, raising my hand, I've only got one divorce. If I do this
Hmm.
again, I'm not looking for, but in life things can happen. People can wake up
Hmm.
and no longer want to. I'm not going to be ashamed of it if I know I've given my all and I've given my
Hmm.
best. So at the same time, I just think, learn, don't be a two-timing tourist if you can help it. You understand?
If you can
Like, don't
help it.
try to get your passport stamped. Don't be that person. End of
We,
the day, like with divorce, it's like a whole emotional roller coaster you go through in any relationship. But you share stuff with people, you have assets, if you have kids, if you have, so that process, to me, if you don't have to do it, take your time, be patient, learn your lesson. Like, that's just a whole lot to have to split, to have to go through. So don't be ashamed because there is a stigma to it, but don't be trying to stamp your passport either. Like, don't rush into stuff.
what do you mean stamp your passport? You mean get marriage certificates like you stamp your passport? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Oh,
Just
okay.
don't
Just
with
clarify.
divorce. Just like divorce, divorce, divorce. Because I've heard people like, I've known people that are like, oh, I love marriage, so they don't mind being married, and if it doesn't work out, they out in 2 3 years. They keep getting doing it over, and that's beautiful that they love marriage, but at the same time, like, they're not learning who they are to make it better. It's just a process of, so for me, I'm just like, at what point do you not want to get divorced? Like, that's just too many people that you hear third, fourth, fifth marriages. Again, not judging, but I just feel like for me, the emotional roller coaster of all of that,
Hmm.
I couldn't put
It's too
myself through
much.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much. So, what do you think about cheaters' personalities? Personality of a cheater in the Caribbean.
Ooh,
I can.
go ahead.
It's all right. Garçon, it's all right. Ah, she just a little thing over there. Don't worry
Mm.
about her. She's just she's just a girl. She just bring me some food at night. She's man, don't concern yourself with that. She alright.
PhD of excuses. They have a
I guess you could call
PhD
it
of
like that.
smooth talkers. I'm
They
telling
have
you.
they have no care, yo. No care. There's no
Yeah,
care. It's
yeah.
just like whatever. It's fine. She just had my pitney. So,
Oh my goodness. I mean, we're laughing, but there's really lessons to be learned in this because nobody wants to be in situation where they are cheated on, nor I can't speak for cheaters, right? Because that's
mm-hmm.
not my personality, so I can't. But I just know hurting somebody that truly cares or has been committed to you, and you're lying and all
That's
this other stuff,
yeah.
you're also are creating broken pieces in people because then it makes it tougher for them to trust someone, right? It
Mm-hmm.
makes it tougher for them to really believe when someone is coming to them wholeheartedly and wanting to do the right thing because there's lies, and when you're so smooth with it, You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? When you're just like smooth, you're gonna get caught no matter how smooth you are. But it's the smoothest, and especially when you've been smooth for years. For like,
Smooth
that's the
operator.
thing. Because when you
That's all they
taking
know.
years out of people's
That's all they
life,
know.
yo, that's
They don't care.
dangerous. That's
They
dangerous
don't care.
personality. That's dangerous because that's
Yeah.
selfishness. I feel like that's selfishness. That's
And all
just
new
like,
high.
girl. And I'm like, I feel like that's the psychology, right? A little bit behind
Mm-hmm.
cheating is like their
Yeah.
egos. They're only thinking about
Yes.
themselves, right? It's like that island ego or that self deception symphony,
That word
because,
narcissist comes up again. That word narcissist comes up again.
mm-hmm,
They just think about themselves. They just don't, you know what I'm saying? They got a slick answer for every question. A
mm-hmm,
smooth operator with a degree in deception, as far as I'm concerned.
mm-hmm.
So yeah. But I feel like also too, part of the personality, they know who they can do that with.
Yes.
They know who they can do that with. And I also feel like a lot of times it gives me the vibe as a predator. It gives me predator vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they seek out women or men that they know they can get away with that. They not
Mm-hmm.
gonna go after a certain kind of anybody who has a strong personality or who's witty or quick on their feet. Nine times out of 10, they're not gonna go for that person. So they know what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing. They're a predator. I'm sorry, that's just another word for it. They
Right.
know who they can pick, and a lot of times, people. I'm speaking for men and women that normally they wouldn't slip up, but also too it's a matter of sometimes people catch you at the right time in your life, or I should say the
Mm-hmm.
wrong time in your life, where
Right.
you might have had your guard down, you might have been a little bit vulnerable during that time of that
Mm-hmm.
period in your life, and they just kind of weasel their way in. But I tell you what, the minute you wake up, you like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh
Of a
no,
life,
partner, let
yeah.
me let me collect my stuff here real quick and disappear in the middle of the night like the Colts. That's my favorite saying. So
Like a
I'm
coat.
just saying. Like the
But yeah,
Colts. That's football. Don't worry about that. We'll skip over that. Just forget I said that. Anyway.
okay. But I agree with you. Like, I do agree. Like, there's people that are master manipulators, so they're cheat. And one of the things too is like the ego, right? So what they'll do is they not only cheat, but then they try to separate the person from their friends and family. They try to, I'm just saying, it happened. They try to, it's that whole ego mind playing game because you want to lie. You continue to want to lie to the person. You want to continue to keep the person in your little drama so they feel like, oh, you're the best thing. Oh, I can only depend
Keep
on
you isolated.
you.
Yeah, they
Yes,
keep you isolated. They keep you isolated. And see, the thing is, when you're in it, you don't even realize it.
you do
Let me
not.
tell you, a mass cheater, mass manipulator, they will isolate you from your family and friends, and you don't even know that it's happening right
Right.
under your nose, and you don't even
Mm-hmm.
realize it's happening. And the crazy thing is that your family and friends will recognize it, and they'll tell you, number one, you don't want to listen to it. Number
Mm-hmm.
two, you will not tell them what's going on because you know they're going to tell you about yourself. You know something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
You know something's not right. So
Right.
that is one thing. They are going to isolate you from your family and friends. You heard it here first on Unfiltered Lyman. It's like, let me stop. I'm just joking. You've heard it before. You just ain't listening. You ain't paying attention. You heard it before.
Yeah, we've all have. We've all been there. When I believe like another lesson in life is understanding that men and women have people that you truly trust
Hmm.
to vet this person. So
Oh, yeah.
example, for me, I have certain male friends that if I am with someone, they're going to give me their opinion because men know men, right?
Hmm.
And again, it has to be people you trust and people that you really do,
Their opinion.
their wisdom has been on point in your life because you got to be careful so who you sharing certain things with. So please, and if it's elders, people that have been in your life that have been married, they're going to let you know because they care about you, right? So they're gonna pick up on things because you're in your honeymoon phase and you like, oh, his breath doesn't smell, his poop doesn't smell. When and because we all go through that where that person is perfect and all this other stuff, and we think everything they do, they walking on water. Other people that are in your circle that know you, they could pick up on vibes and the conversations too. So if you do have older male, elderly, mentors or stuff like that, that they could have conversation with, because the right ones, they're not going to be able to wiggle their way out of certain conversation. And those mentors or people that you have that support you, they're going to pick up on stuff differently than you
Yep.
because their mind are not clouded by what this person is either doing to them or telling them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yep.
just saying. Vice
Yep.
versa. Male or if you're a man
And
or
then
woman, it works.
and then sometimes I think also too, sometimes people nose are so wide open that they don't bring the person around their family and friends because they know or they're
That's a red
concerned with their
flag.
family. That's a huge red flag.
That's
Yo,
a
it's
red
the
flag.
it's the one they have on the football field. That is a red flag,
It's a
people.
red flag
And
because
this is the thing. This is I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
no,
This is
you're
the thing
fine.
that is the killer to me is that you think we don't see that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that kills me. Like, you don't think we don't know this? We know you. The people that you date and they don't know you like how we know you.
Mm-hmm.
We know you.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, don't get me started.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I agree with you. The moment that you have to undo your routine to
Yes.
accommodate this in your life, is gonna complement your
It's
life.
a compliment. You don't have to change nothing. You don't have to convince people. You don't have to put up these mirrors or you got to hide the person from your peoples. You don't have to do that. And that's the thing they don't realize. When you and only a master manipulator does shit like that. You heard it.
So
You heard it here
you
first on
don't have the
Unfiltered.
person comes in just like you anticipate to go into somebody's life and complement their life. If it's and I'm not saying every person you go to, it may be easy to go into their life. It may work out. It may or may not work out. We're not saying that, but I'm saying at the end of the day, most of the time when there's a red flag, if you're trying to keep the person because of whatever reason, or you making excuses as to why their behavior or pattern or this and that. Oh, they don't mean it. Oh, all this other stuff. Yo, like one, value yourself. Value
Yep.
yourself to be okay to
Yep.
be alone. I think that's something too. Value yourself. The red flags are there. I'm quick to leave sometimes situation. I am because I'm like my time is valuable. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
spend 6, 10 years
Ditto.
and I don't want to do that to myself. So I value myself. Have I made mistake? Absolutely. But the difference is I'm gonna have those conversations, and the minute like those flags come, yeah, I may give you a chance depending on if I like you and how much I like you. But if there's no changes, I am not ignoring the fact. I'm bringing it right to your face. We're gonna have a conversation. You have an opportunity to change it, grow, because I know there's things people need to grow or not, they don't realize about themselves, whatever. But I'm gonna give you that chance again, depending how much I like you, depending how much time I've invested. And if it doesn't change, guess what? It's not working out. There's no work being put in. There's nothing being done to change this situation. It's time to move
Mm-hmm.
on. We don't have
Yep.
to drag it out. We don't have to
Mm-mm.
become, you understand? We don't.
Mm-mm.
You can have that life.
Yep.
I wish you the best.
I wish you well.
Yeah.
I wish you
And
well.
the question
So,
is, do you think that they love their partners? Just cheaters, I'm sorry. Cheaters love their
uh,
partners. That's the age old question. Do they love their
I
partners?
think, I honestly think that they love themselves more. Number one.
Hmm.
There are some that do love their partners,
Mm-hmm.
but the tole be talking to them. The tole, it be
I
talking
think,
to them.
yeah, I think what happens again, my perspective, what happens is, like you said, is that the person catches you on an off day with you and your partner.
Mm-hmm.
And because there are people like that, they are people like that.
Yeah, they
They
pray.
come,
Pray.
they
Yeah.
got that spirit of Jezebel, I think they call it, or the spirit where they don't care about your stuff. They
Yeah.
see you or your partner, you guys are doing well, and all they want that for themselves. They're jealous,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
envious. They don't
Mm-hmm.
care. They don't care. They come after your stuff and they try everything to ruin it because they want what you have. And
Yep.
that person or that partner doesn't realize that. So they start befriend it becomes, it's like you said, so it's very subtle, right? It's very, they're being friends and all this other stuff. They're like, when you're having issues, you think that they're a friend. They're coming in very like snake in the grass. They're watching your move, they're observing you. And then when the time comes, they strike. And guess what happens? Now they got something over you because they've
Yeah.
gotten you in this comfortable situation that you
Mm-hmm.
forget all about this over here. You forget the promises that you done made over there. You forget everything that you might have a young child. You forget all of that bullshit because this person is making you think that this ideal, but you don't stop to think, if you've put in 10 plus years with somebody, there's going to be ups and downs. This person is the honeymoon phase. You think you're not going to
Mm-hmm.
have problems 10 years down the road? You
Mm-hmm.
think you're
You
not
are.
going to have, so please be, if you're choosing to go the cheating route and not
Mm-hmm.
being honest about your feelings, and you want to blow up what you got instead of making it work, instead of watering your grass, look at
Yep.
here now.
Yep. Yep.
Look at, I'm just letting y'all
And
know.
in the end, it ain't gonna be pretty. In the end, it's
And
never gonna be
then
pretty. In the end.
if you end up being with this person, married to this person, and starting a new life, now you want to make it seem like this person is top dog, and you want to forget, and then you want to be upset about the other person you got over here that you done fucked over. Like, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
look, people, don't do, because divorce right now, like, people don't understand the heart wrenching that comes with, not only are you divorced, so let's say you divorce amicably, that's fine. But if you divorce because the person cheated on you and lied to you, like your dreams, your goals, like a lot of things that was attached to that is broken. And I think people don't realize. So, like, I think I agree with you. You don't love your partner, you love yourself. You don't even love yourself. You don't even love, because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't do that to
You be
somebody.
honest. No, you wouldn't.
You
No,
don't
you
value
wouldn't.
yourself. Yeah,
No, you don't.
you
Because
don't.
this is my thing. Let me tell you something. Okay, I know I've been saying is both men and women,
Mm-hmm.
but let me tell you something. When a man cheats, a lot of time he expects a woman to forgive him and take
Yep.
him back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you anyhow a woman cheats on that man, that's a cheater. They gonna
Mm-hmm.
lose their everlasting mind.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose it. They can't handle it. They cannot handle it. So you out here dishing your things out here.
Mm-hmm.
The minute
Mm-hmm.
you just let something sniff it, they lose their mind. No, well, you know what? I think you deserve that.
Yeah.
I think you deserve that. You deserve
Yeah.
that. Sorry.
Do
Two
you
wrongs
believe
don't make
it's
it right.
exactly? And do you believe like once a cheater, always a cheater?
Yes.
Really? You don't think that there's
Yes, I do.
any kind of, wow,
Reform?
okay. See, for me, I believe people make mistake, and people get caught up in action, and like I said, and people coming in and
I
messing
do.
up their
I do
stuff.
think they get caught
I
up.
do
Yeah.
believe that, and I do believe, like, if the person, again, it goes back to putting in the work and taking the steps. So I do believe, like, if they cheated, not a pattern of cheating, but if they got caught up in some mess because of whatever reason, I don't think, okay, you cheated, you made this mistake or whatever. If you're honest, take accountability, do the work. I believe that you can. If there's a pattern
Mhm.
of cheating, then yeah, that might be an issue. If there's a pattern.
Okay.
That's just because
Mhm.
I do believe men and women, we could be in situation where we either are. Only reason I say that because sometimes we meet people and we fall for them and find out things about them that we're like, oh fuck.
Mhm.
Then you become like the other person that's helping this person cheat on this person. It's all how
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
handle it. So that's what I say. Sometimes people get caught up in different scenarios. Yeah. But do
Yeah.
you think there's
Mhm.
regrets? You think that they
Yeah, I
that
think so. I think with some there are.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. With
The
some
ones
there are
hiding in
regrets.
bushes?
Yes. The ones hiding in bushes. Mhm. Yeah. You're going through great lengths, people. Going through great lengths.
I'm just,
That's
I
when I
mean,
that's when I say that's when I say leave the blinds open.
yeah, yeah.
Let
And
them
then the thing,
watch.
yeah,
Let them
and then
watch.
the other thing too, I feel like there's silence regret, right? Because they're not happy in the choice they made,
Oh,
right? They're not
absolutely.
happy with the decision, but the thing is, they're
And they
trying
got
to
to stay
save face.
face.
Yep, and
They
the
got to
career,
stay
like
face.
they're trying to save face. They're
Mhm.
trying to make everybody believe that this is what they need. And the thing is, I feel when you cheated, made a decision, move on with the person you cheated with. If you're trying so hard to convince everybody that that person, again, red flag.
Red flag, baby. Look, and we on the outside and we see the red flag. We got red curtains, B. I know you got red curtains because we see the red flag.
You see
You
my
just using
face?
them as curtains. I see your face.
Look,
I see your
so
face. So I have a
yeah,
question.
yeah.
What do you think cheaters do before they cheat? What do cheaters do before they
Whew.
cheat? Especially,
I
well,
feel
let's say in the Caribbean.
I feel like what you said, and I don't know if it's Caribbean or American, but I feel like if it's the sense of predator, I feel
Hmm.
like they go through like what a
They're on
predator
the
would,
hunt.
and you right, they're in the
They're
hunt,
on the hunt.
they're observing, they're contemplating, they're taking all the right moves to just again know when to strike, right? Because
Yeah.
they don't care, they want what they want, and for whatever reason, so I do believe they go into that little mode of I want
Hmm.
what I want, I don't care about anybody else's needs but mine. Selfish.
Hmm.
I think they go into this selfish tunnel personally.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you think?
The girl, our Caribbean men, they'll blame it on the rum. If you ask me, they just blame it on the rum.
Well, that room in the Caribbean, well,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, but on the American side, they're pre-cheating paranoia. They're paranoid. I
really, you
think a
think
lot of them are
so?
paranoid. Yeah, they check in to see who's following. They check in, make sure nobody gets in their phone. They're looking around for cameras. They leave in their wallet and their phones in the car when they're going to hang out with the
Oh,
person. Yeah, they're paranoid
yeah,
too.
that's true. You're absolutely correct because now with social media, yo, the tracking, the being able to find where you are, people are posting. Yeah, you're right. You
Being
absolutely
in
could be right
public,
about
they
that.
like let
Hmm.
they like let's go on a date in the forest in the middle of the night where there's no lights because they know cameras are everywhere. People are always everywhere.
True. What are do you believe there's like cheaters excuses?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah. They got excuses in their Rolodex. Like it's just like it's another cloud in the sky. Like
Oh my god,
it's another bird that flew by.
there was a couple from Twitter, right? You had a couple of
Yeah.
Twitter excuses. Give us the top best one, Lisa.
Okay, D Lyman crew. These are the top Twitter cheating excuses that I came across. Condoms got hot in the car and I had to throw them out. So in other words, you're driving with condoms in your car. So when your girl comes and be like, "What happened to the condoms you had in the car?" Oh, they got dried out, so I threw them out the window. Well, that's just dumb. Okay.
It's
Next
creative.
one. That's just dumb. The
What?
next one, you keep
Okay.
accusing me. I didn't want to make a liar out of you. This is Twitter, people.
So now you putting it back on me?
Yeah, we putting it
Now
back on you.
you putting it back on
You
me?
Yeah, you
I
keep
keep
accusing me of it, so I might as well do it. I don't want to make a liar out of you. Yep.
Thank you so much for thinking of me to not make me a liar. I appreciate so the way you appreciate me is by doing the action. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Didn't want to
gotcha.
make a liar out of you. Yeah.
I appreciate that. I mean, hey, it doesn't make sense, but okay. Because the other things that I say for you to get us more money, for you to become a millionaire, we're not gonna do that. You're gonna make a lot out of me out of all those things. But that right there,
Yeah.
you're gonna make a
Yeah.
we pick and choose which thing we're making people liars out. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, cheaters. I mean, yeah, those that the top two, I would agree. Those are top two
Yeah. I'm sure there's
excuses.
more, but if you know what, D Lyman crew, if you have some, drop some in the comment. We'll discuss it in the chat also too as well, because I would
Yeah.
love to hear what else you guys have to say. You've
Yeah,
heard
Caribbean and American, because I know that both of them will be different.
anyway. D Lyman crew, let's get into these tips for you, okay?
Yes,
Trust your gut instinct. If something feels off, it probably is.
definitely. Pay attention to the red flags and do not, absolutely do not ignore.
Learn to laugh at the absurdity of some situations.
Definitely, laughter is the best medicine. Yeah.
These are your tips, D Lyman crew.
Well, that's a
Mm.
wrap episode of Clash of Cultures. Thanks for joining us on this hilarious exploration of cheating. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
folks, keep your relationship drama free, and you might end up starring in your own very soap opera.
Keep your nose clean, people. Keep your nose clean. Until next time, this is B and L signing off with a Caribbean twist and an American shout out. Stay cheeky, cheaters. Stay cheeky.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Unfiltered Liming podcast. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained some valuable insight. Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you can catch every new episode and leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh, exciting content. And if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss or a story you'd like us to share, please reach out to us. Join us again next Thursday for another unfiltered conversation about the rich diversity and complexity of the Caribbean American experience. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep celebrating the unique cultural heritage that make us who we are. Unfiltered Liming is edited and produced by Unfiltered Liming.